All buried here. You can see the wall going into the ground. Go on top of the wall. This almost very small gravel like dirt. The water here is around 50 feet deep. I used to dock boats here that would come from over there, which leads out. This is the Farm River out to Long Island Sound. They have not kept up on the dredging, so most of the river over there is pretty shallow. Maybe 10-ish feet at high tide. We have 6-foot tides around here, so it's very shallow at low tide. It hasn't been dredged for a long time. I wish I could find more information about exactly what they were doing here, but there's a quarry to my left, so I assume, and I guess it's obvious, that they were taking quarried materials to here and loading them on boats out into Long Island Sound. There's more over here. There's a metal piece sticking out of the ground right there. There's cement over here with more metal sticking out. This is another partially buried wall. Fairly large trees. Grown around. So this has been abandoned for quite a long time. Over here is what I think may be what used to be the inside of a building, although I'm not sure. Local artists have been at work here. This is a sort of a rough wall, small stones, relatively small. With cement in the joints. Looks like a natural stone sticking out there. And then there's this channel here, which I'm not sure what that would be, or what it was. Right there appears to be natural stones. So the wall sort of adds on. Those are either very large placed stones or natural stones. I can see drilled holes. I don't know if you can see them. Like they were blasted. And then over there, there's a wall which may have had timbers in it, in those rectangular depressions. I can get a better look at that over here. So here, we've got these. Looks like it may have been sorting bins. These are made out of cement with metal. Pieces sticking out. Trees to give an idea of how long this has been abandoned. So I'm back over to the channel here. It continues from where I showed a minute ago in this direction through here, and then it stops right there. And then there's more of these, I'll call them sorting bins or foundations maybe. With trees. Growing out of them. Large foundation here. I'll call it a foundation. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's what it must be. It has these iron pieces coming out of it. Is overgrown. This nice ivy. Here's the channel. Trees. I guess those are smallish trees. They're small, I would say. Here's the channel. And then over here, closer look at this wall. dirt on top of it here. That wall extends down. Maybe 30 feet. Try to get a better look at this wall. I can climb up here. Pretty large wall here. Stones are they're pretty small stones. I would call this roughly assembled. Although it's pretty straight. And now, if I can make my way down without tripping, current day access to this place is by a small footpath. The one I arrived on is over there, goes across the top of a ridge. It's very small, too small to bring any vehicle to transport the materials that they were loading onto boats. And then I suspect that the access may have been through here, straight out. And currently it's completely overgrown and accessible by this small path. Gravel. I think this gravel must have been laid maybe recently as part of the walking trail. Although who knows? I don't know who or how. I guess small stones, but bringing gravel out here doesn't really seem. I don't understand why anyone would do that. The rest of the path is just dirt. So here we have more strange looking mounds. There's a piece of pipe right there. So it looks like something is buried right here to me. Maybe a wall. I don't know. Something goes right along here with pretty large trees, indicating that it's been abandoned for quite a while. Here's the end of the wall that I was looking at from the other direction. And then more unnatural looking contours here. This is the other side of the other wall, the large wall. Looks like it may have extended in this direction or still, but possibly buried. I could see some cut stones right there, so I think there is a wall. More of these. I don't know if they're cut or they look they're probably blasted. So this is where the most likely access for any sort of equipment that you would need to haul quarried materials. Although with these trees, it obviously hasn't been clear for quite a while. More contours like something's buried under here. More of this small gravel. And the walking path. Over here, I don't know if I've ever even noticed this before. A depression, which is not a natural, it doesn't look like a natural depression, it looks dug. Maybe that's where the access road was. There may have been tracks, but this path leads back out over to the trolley tracks in the quarry area. So this is the type of path that leads to it today. That goes along the marshes. I don't know if I can get up there without injuring myself. I guess I'll try. I'm gonna stop filming to climb up this. I made it without falling. So this is the path that I arrived on, which leads back to where I was just showing. Get an idea of what that looks like. And then here, a steep rock face right there. Looks pretty straight, almost like it may be, I don't know. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, there's blast holes. So this was blasted. Yeah, this is more, this is a man-made, looks like it was blasted out over here. Can't really see why. Maybe they were quarrying this material. There's a lot of granite in this area. That doesn't look like a natural facing. I think this must have been blasted out, or I guess it's too rough to be cut, so I would guess blasted. It's got some, what drew my attention was these sort of straight lines, as you can see. Straight-ish. I'm going to try to get up around from the other side. Take a look up on top there. Right. Oh yeah. Or so maybe those holes are for pieces of iron like this. So I wonder, what is that about? As you can see, this whole area is overgrown with trees everywhere. There's no real clear areas anywhere in sight. Something was here for sure. So this is the top of that straight face. That's a strange little piece right there. I first found this riding my bicycle up here. That's the trolley tracks over there that I walked in on. So what is the reason for a piece of iron sticking out of a rock right over there? I guess it's iron. Look at that. Never been on this little trail, if you could call it a trail. More broken stones here. This almost looks wall-like right here. It's definitely been broken. Pieces fell off right there. This area, and I believe I may be on, if I recall correctly, the largest or one of the largest fault lines on the East Coast. So some of these ridges could be plates running into each other and pushing the stones up at an angle like that. Another walker. So this is more of a cleared area. Hey, puppy. Didn't even look at me. All right. Yeah, this is a somewhat flat-ish area. This is on top of, there's a hill here that I'm up on. That's interesting right there. These days, this is I guess a party location, and actually when I was a teenager, I attended parties right here. So now, getting back to the trolley tracks. They run old electric trolleys here to a museum that's in that direction. They're beautiful. Amazing woodwork on them. They take really nice care of them, at least the ones that they run for the museum. And they have so many broken down ones over at a yard in that direction, maybe a half mile down the tracks. So those, what I was calling sorting bins, I wonder if one of these would pull up with a load of material. It's been somewhat recently repaired, huh? I don't know why they would repair this, but that's definitely not old right there. I guess maybe as a attraction for the trolley museum rides, they can say, look at this, and bridge. Some large stones make up this. You again. Large stones. Surveillance. People spray paint this, so I guess that's what the surveillance warning is about. Here is the large depression, always been called the quarry. Go on. Dog is getting whistled. So up there, you can actually, I'm not going to go up there today. But this area, there's a large depression right there that's all been quarried out. And there's a large ridge that extends long distance starting here. This is an electric trolley track. There's a YouTube video by John Levy showing old footage of trolleys that are exactly like these are. They have an electric wire up on the top there, and there's pieces, these poles, that come off the trolleys on each end, and they choose forward or reverse by hooking up one end or the other and reversing the polarity of the electric motor to make it run in both directions. It's pretty cool that when it reaches the end of the line, the conductor gets out, disconnects the one on one end, and then extends the one on the other side to to reverse the motor. So I'm going to stop filming now, and I'll start again when you can see the area where I started this video from the tracks. That's the area with the party circle. And over there is where the wall and remains of the building are. None of this is accessible by any road, only these trolley tracks. There's an island over there that I would love to get to and check out someday. I'm curious. You can see if you look on Google Maps, these marshes have straight lines in them. Which I had always assumed were drainage. Maybe they are. But as I think about it, why would you care about draining a marsh that has nothing in it? So this is the end of the line today. When this trolley system was up and running for more than a museum, the tracks continued at least to the center of town, which is several miles away. Say 2 or 3 miles, I think. Not sure the extent of where they went to. They may still be here, buried. So you can see it goes underground right here. General Railway Signal Company, Rochester, New York. So the tracks would have, or possibly still do, buried. They probably are buried under the road. Straight down this road. You can see historical photos of certain places in town when the trolleys were still running. That's about it. Have a good day.